It is a new year. We are in 2024, and a new year means new trends. You are trying to figure out what trends are out there, which ones make sense for your style, and how to incorporate them in a way that makes sense for you while not wasting your money on pieces you're only going to wear just for the season. I'm going to help you cut through all of that with the top fashion trends for 2024, plus realistically, how to take them into your everyday wardrobe. If you're new, I'm Jordan Blackwell, former materials engineer turned lifestyle content creator, sharing with you life's possibilities through style. I will proudly admit I am not an early adopter of trends. That doesn't mean I don't know what trends are out there. Of course, that's part of the job. But I've always been about spending my money intentionally, making sure not only that the pieces I'm adding to my wardrobe make sense for me right now, and not only do they look good, but they make me feel good. And there's something I'm going to be comfortable wearing once the fads have passed. With that in mind, grab your drink of choice. I have a very delicious rose pistachio latte, and let's dive into the first trend, which is corporate core. Corporate core is something that everybody already has in their closet, regardless of your style. And that to me is why this trend is so approachable and so easy for every single body. You probably have a blazer, you probably have some nice trousers, you probably have a button up. These are all pieces that fall under corporate core. And as a former corporate baddie, my suit game is undefeated. Here are a couple of ways over the past couple of years that corporate core has worked for me, not just for my 9 to 5, but outside as well. And that's the great thing about this trend specifically, because there are so many different takes on corporate core now. You have cropped blazers, oversized blazers, wide leg trousers, slim trousers, crop button-ups, oversized button-ups. Literally, there are so many ways to incorporate this into your everyday that will make sense for your personal style. One recent example I stumbled across was this suit from H&M. And I love H&M for pieces like this, for suiting, for workwear at an affordable price. They have a really great selection. And if you watch my denim try-on video, then you should already be a member, meaning that you'll be able to easily snag these pieces on sale because H&M always has some kind of members only sale like once a month. The other thing I really love about corporate core is the fact that it does feel timeless. You can find pieces that are going to work for you now and are going to age well with you. You aren't going to have to buy a bunch of new pieces. So that's also something to keep in mind as you're considering which trends to try out. Corporate core wearing work clothes has staying power. For me, I would be open to spending a little bit more money on some pieces to bring into my wardrobe. The next really easy fashion trend for 2024 that I think anybody is going to be able to bring into their wardrobe is loud and proud. Even minimal girlies. Now, it will look different for minimal neutral girlies. However, loud and proud, think fringe, think sequins. It isn't just bright clothes. You don't have to go straight into like the maximalist take on this. You can find little details on neutral pieces that do incorporate this trend, but in a way that may feel more approachable. I am no stranger to color. In fact, I have a whole playlist on monochrome outfits, how to incorporate color into your wardrobe. I think everybody has at least one color that they really do like to wear, even the minimal neutral girlies. It's just fun. It does make you feel happier. Argue with your mom if you don't believe me. Wearing color does just improve your mood. And here are some easy examples of outfits that I've worn that would fall under this trend. Keep in mind what you think will work best for you. In terms of shopping, I first suggest, especially if you are more minimal, metallics are such an easy place to start. Now, here's a good pair of pants from AFRM. You don't have to go this bold. If you feel like this is something you might want to incorporate on an easier level, try a metallic pair of heels, try a fun sequins bag or colored accessories. That's a very easy way to play with trends and really decide where they're going to land for you. Here's an option for the more minimal girlies that I think would be absolutely great. This top is from Free People and it's so easy to wear. This is something that you could sneak underneath a blazer, add a pop of something different, add a pop of something extra. You can pair it with a pair of jeans for a night out, looking really stunning. My personal pick is this Simon Miller dress. Can we please talk about the fringe? You already saw my And Other Stories dress. This for me is right in line, and I love a dress like this because a dress is so comfortable, and this is something you really could wear to just about anything. Add a blazer for your 9 to 5. Wear it on the weekend with some sneakers. It really is a versatile piece when you take a step back because it is a dress, but it is incorporating not just the loud colors, but that fringe, and you're just going to be able to have fun with this and mix and match it in a way that will work for your style. This next trend will take a little bit of work to incorporate in your closet, but I also feel like it is very fun, and that is proportion play. The term proportion gets thrown out a lot. Essentially, what that means is how you pair your pieces together to create shape. I share all kinds of style tips around this in my videos on dressing for a pear-shaped body because a lot of the advice that's out there is to make you look more proportional, which really just means making you look more balanced. However, this trend is about exaggeration. It's about going oversized, going big, being really, really playful. This is something that can be doable for an everyday kind of woman. And these are just a couple of examples of how I have personally played with proportions over the years to give you an idea of what that might look like. Looking around online, I came across this top from And Other Stories, sold on ASOS. And Other Stories is actually a very slept on brand in my opinion. They do have a lot of fun pieces on Trend Pieces, but it may just not be a brand that you are aware of. But this is a really great place to look for pieces like this. While this top may feel like a lot, it actually is a very low-key take on the proportions. This is something you could style easily with a pair of jeans, even with a pair of leggings and some knee-high boots for the winter. You can use this top to layer and add texture underneath. There's a lot of versatility that a top like this can give you as you're approaching this trend. Still on the rise from 2023, but coming hard for 2024 for fashion trends is the sheer trend. I personally love this, and this is really wearable for everybody because even if you are not comfortable wearing a sheer piece by itself, it's a great layering piece to add interest, to add something different to your outfits. Here are a couple of ways I have done it. I swear by a good sheer cover up on vacations, and then I will even layer a romper underneath that same cover up to take it to the club or a day party, something like that. And so when I'm thinking of brands, one of the first brands that came to mind for this is AFRM. I really, really love them. They have their Zadie top, which is kind of their signature sheer top. And you can find them on Revolve, you can find them on ASOS, and of course their own website. They have this mesh top in a bunch of different colors, but then they introduce it in fun patterns and prints as well. So you can find something that works for your style at your price point. And again, this would be so great for layering under a blazer, under a slip dress, wearing it with a pair of jeans, wearing it with a pair of leather pants, and choosing the right pieces, choosing quality pieces will be something that you're going to be able to make work and look amazing for years to come. Another great version of this is a sheer button-up. I love this in the summer. I just feel like it's so breezy, it's so elegant, especially when it's just like hot. Even as a layering piece, can be so easy, can be so breezy. And what I love about a piece like this, it doubles down on trends. Pieces like this, I really love to look for where there is kind of that essence of timelessness, but still has that fun nod to the current trends. Very, very conflicted about this trend, and that is the 90s trend, because right now the way that this is kind of getting translated on TikTok is like mob wife. And babes, first of all, you do not want the mob wife problems, okay? Y'all really have to be okay with your husband doing some thug nasty things, like he might go out and do a little pew pew, then he might also have a side piece, and you just are gonna have to make peace with that because you are the crime mob wife. Then the other way I feel like this is getting translated feels very close to The Matrix. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but you're seeing that return of like maxi leather trench coats. You're seeing the return of like motorcycle looking leather jackets. So what I do love about revival eras, when a certain era comes back on trend, if you missed out the first time because maybe you were self-conscious or you just weren't sure how to do it or you just didn't have access to the styles, you get to try that again with all your years of experience with your bank account. And that's what makes some of these trends really, really fun when they do circle back is, yes, I was a little bit too young to enjoy the 90s in the 90s way. We saw how it was on the sitcoms and they were really cute on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I didn't get to dress like that. I really wasn't an appropriate age to be dressing like that. So now you're really able to go back and try out those pieces, try out some of those trends that you really wanted to try. A very, very minimal take if you want to do the crime mob wife that's going to be timeless. Invest in faux fur headbands. I have a couple from ASOS. This one is from ASOS. It's so easy. It's so cute. It always gives elegant. It always gives shmoney. It gives kind of House of Gucci, Lady Gaga serving on that ski trip. And this is something, especially if you live somewhere cold, you're going to be able to wear year after year. So it will be a solid investment for not a large price tag. The other more approachable way for the 90s trend for me is actually the leather skirts. I'm really loving the midi to maxi leather skirts. ASOS, like I've mentioned a couple times, it's one of my favorite places to shop. I love their selection. I love their price point. 99% of the time, I can find it on ASOS. And it's also going to give me a unique piece because it is not the first place a lot of people think to shop. You know, a lot of people are running to Amazon, a lot of people are running to Shein and Fashion Nova. So I love these kinds of places because I can incorporate these trends also in a way that gives me kind of a more unique piece than what everyone else is buying. Another super easy way, especially in winter right now, to incorporate this would be like the big fur coats that you are seeing. There are so many really great faux fur pieces at affordable prices that do give the same effect, that do look just as luxurious, that is not harming animals. All of the furry pieces I have in my closet are faux fur and from affordable brands and have lasted years. Like the quality still looks good. All my girly girls, this next trend is for you. That is girl core. I feel like I do want to talk to whoever's in charge of naming these trends because girl core also just feels like timeless. If you are girly, you like girly things, this really won't feel like a trend. This really won't feel like it's gonna come and go. You are naturally feminine. You do wear the millennial pink. You like the lilacs. You don't mind the frills. You don't mind floral and the lace. So those are all things that fall into girlcore, and that's why it is very accessible, even as someone who grew up very much a tomboy and wore a lot of her brother's hand-me-downs. Because what I love about this, you don't have to go overboard. Now, here are some examples of how I have done it, and definitely, yes, I may have done the most in some of these cases, but a more approachable way if you're worried about the colors is truly just to incorporate the color in pieces that you would normally wear. So a pink in a shade that you really like, but say in an oversized sweatshirt, if oversized sweatshirts and streetwear is more your style. My first thought, because it is 5 degrees here in Michigan, is sweaters. Like a pink sweater is so easy. There's so many different styles. You have crop styles, you have oversized styles, you have some that have more feminine touches, like you're seeing in these examples from Revolve. This is such an easy way to incorporate girlcore without going over the top. The thing I stress about this, and I also stress this about colors whenever like the hottest Pantone color comes out, just decide what colors, what shades you like to wear on you and stick to that. If you feel like you are struggling to find the right pieces for you, what pieces are available to you to build a wardrobe that not only makes you look good, but makes you feel good, because that truly is what I want for you, then go ahead and sign up for my email list. I send monthly newsletters with exclusive roundups, style tips, plus I have exclusive discounts to save you money on the pieces that you're already planning to buy. There's a link to that in my description. These next 2 trends are not my personal favorite, but I do feel like for majority of people, these are something that you could incorporate into your everyday life. So I thought I would throw them out there just to give them to you. The first is extra large bags. Think ridiculous totes. Now, as someone who is clearly not a big bag girly, that is not to say I don't have totes. However, they are not my favorite. I hate the idea of I have a big bag, I need to get an organizer for my big bag just so I can find the things in my bag. I just want to find my things. I don't want to have a huge bag and shuffle around and can't find any. That kind of stuff irks my soul. Hence the small bag. However, there is some room to have fun with this regardless of your style, especially if you are somebody who does enjoy big bags. A more fun take I want to present on this is this fun Diamante bag from Topshop. They used to be their own place. Now Topshop is actually owned by ASOS, so they are sold through ASOS. This again is a great example of mixing the trends. You have that on-trend oversized bag, but you're also adding that bold, that loudness that I mentioned earlier. And this to me is fun to add a little bit of everyday pizzazz, a little bit of razzle dazzle, a little bit of spice to an everyday outfit. Something like this could be really, really fun if styled right. The other fashion trend is kitten heels. I'm on the fence about this simply because I have big feet. If you are a size 9 or bigger, the kitten heel trend actually isn't very cute for you. It just makes your feet look much bigger. But for girlies with regular size feet, the kitten heel trend is really, really functional, not so much now in winter, but as we enter from spring into summer. And it's actually a really great option for your vacations. This is getaway season, heading on a cruise, heading to Punta Cana or Mexico. A kitten heel is a really great option for a vacation where you want to add a little bit of height, you want to add a little bit of class, but the tall heels just ain't it. Like, they are not comfortable. And even in the winter, there are some kitten heel boots if you did want to incorporate them into your winter wardrobe as well. I would suggest a sock style ankle boot because those really have the most longevity. You're gonna be able to wear those a lot. They're gonna go with a lot of different things versus a more trendier take with a kitten heel because you may not be as likely to wear that year over year. A trend that I've lived in quite a long time, I absolutely swear by, and again, this is one of the easiest, and that is all white. Now again, you do not have to do all white head to toe, obviously. However, as someone who really does love this, here's a couple of examples of how I have done it over the years. A really approachable way to this is just to introduce more whites to your wardrobe, which you probably already have in your closet. A white tee, a white long sleeve, maybe a white blazer or a white jacket, a white pair of jeans. So easy and so wearable no matter your style. A very easy way to introduce this and elevate this, a matching set. I am a matching set girly through and through. They are so easy, whether you like pants, whether you like skirts. This option from Revolve is a skirt matching set, and I love a matching set because you're going to get a lot of wear. You're going to be able to wear that white sweater a ton of different ways, and the skirt, the same thing is very much true. You can pair it with a long sleeve, pair it with a bodysuit, that added texture in the skirt is just going to really give elevated. It's going to give luxury at a more affordable price. And here's a pants option, especially going from spring into summer. A matching set truly is just something you can use as a great base. From here, as you're seeing the way they styled it, this is their quiet luxury take on it. You have the sneakers, you have the trench coat, you have the sweater draped over your shoulders, but you also could use this white base as a way to add patterns. Think houndstooth, think plaid, even polka dots. Go bigger with florals, things like that, or add color as well through a coat, through your accessories. All white is really, really great because it can actually help you to incorporate some of the other trends that I've talked about. Now, this trend has been the trend I have hopped on probably 2 or 3 years ago and never looked back. And when I say it has elevated my style exponentially, like literally shifting what I was purchasing, ensuring that my outfits always just popped off, and that is elevated basics. Okay, this is so approachable, and this is another one to me that really is going to have so much staying power. Here are examples of what elevated basics look like from what I have worn. The point of a good elevated basic, if you do this right, the point is to pick pieces that are as comfortable and as wearable as the basic piece, as your basic white tee, your basic tank top, your pair of jeans, your go-to dress. The point is that these pieces should feel as comfortable to you as that. And the little twist, the little details, whether that's a knot somewhere or a cutout detail, being a little more cropped in one side, asymmetrical, those should not be so overwhelming for you that it keeps you from wearing this piece as an everyday piece, substituting it for the basic version that you wear. Without a doubt, 90% of my outfits rely on elevated basics to be the piece of interest, and it's such an effortless, no fuss way to do that. I don't have to worry about mixing and matching colors. I don't have to worry about pattern clashing, adding unique layering bralettes over corsets, over belts, over jackets. Not that those are not great styling techniques. However, as much as I love playful style, I love function as well. I don't want to have to rely on always doing those things to make my outfit stand out. I want to be able to reach in my closet, grab a top, grab a bottom, and both of those have something unique enough that will make a statement. Or even with my dresses, right? A good example of that is this skirt from ASOS. It is a black mini skirt. That's what this is. But what makes this elevated, what makes this different is that long extra piece of fabric that billows, that looks amazing, that elevates the piece. But you should be wearing this skirt the same way you would wear your basic black skirt. That is the intention of elevated basics. These are not to save for special occasions. These are meant to take the place of your everyday pieces and elevate your everyday outfits, not to be worn like a statement piece. And I think that's where we get a little confused sometimes, is because we've been just like bombarded with basics, 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 you need basics. And so when there is a detail on it that makes something not quite basic, we can quickly mistake that for it being a statement piece now, this being a one-time wear kind of piece now, this being a piece that suddenly cannot be worn a bunch of different ways. And that truly isn't the case. That's a very limiting thought that I really want you to get rid of. When you are buying pieces that you feel like look good on you and make you feel good, you should not feel like you can only wear them for certain things. The goal should be, I look good, I feel good, therefore I wear this piece more often. Honestly, as often as I can. And whether that means wearing it the same exact way every time or playing around with it and mixing and matching it, that depends on your personal style. There is nothing wrong with wearing the same exact outfit. If you looked good, girl, wear it again and again and again. You do not need to make changes because the trend has passed, because everyone else has moved on. And that is one of the biggest takeaways I hope you are getting from my fashion trends for 2024, is that timeless classic style does not mean neutrals only, does not mean minimal. I love giving you this kind of information to help you figure out what works for you, not just loving what you see in the mirror, but how you are feeling in these pieces, because I want you to feel powerful. I want you to feel confident. Learning about style, finding the pieces for me really has helped transform me beyond my style, but really has helped me be confident in so many other areas of my life. So if you enjoyed this video, I really think that you're gonna like my whole series on improving your style, truly honing in on who you are, what you love, and the things that you like to wear and feel amazing in, so that you can build a functional wardrobe. If lifestyle, fashion, travel, beauty content like this, filled with realistic tips to help you find products that work for you and make you feel confident, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss a video, and I will see you over there.